Hello, hello. Perfidious Pete here, and I think I may have come down with a case of the vapors as that handsome young Atlas King prepares for the summer cotillion in XCOM, the Long War. And boy, let me tell you for a Yankee, that Atlas King certainly knows how to treat a lady. Just look at the job he did a little old last mission, wooing that mechtoid colossus that ultimately killed every single alien on the entire map. Whew, boy. And she, that mechtoid, was a grand old southern dame from the most prestigious family in all of Georgia. You know, the Savannah mechtoids. Yeah, they'd been a little old killing XCOM troopers since way back before the Revolutionary War. But even she, with all her storied history and overwhelming family pressure, was still helpless in the face of Atlas King's charms. She abandoned more than a century of tradition in the name of love. It was frankly beautiful, and you can't see it, but I'm actually waving my hand in my face like I'm fanning myself as I do that voice. It's like a compulsory movement. I can't help myself. But it was truly a beautiful love story that we saw last mission. I mean, it was a triumph. Possibly the greatest love story since Melissa Gardner and Andrew Makepeace Ladd III. Spent 50 years living separately, marrying other people, having children with those other people, and exchanging trite bullshit letters declaring their undying love for each other, even though they never really did much. Wow. Just realized that may actually have been the most obscure reference I've ever made while recording an episode of The Long War. So, yeah, good luck with that one, guys. Let's go scan for a mission here and see if maybe I can't dig myself out of that hole up front.
Contact detected.
Alright, so we got a small UFO coming in over the Sea of Japan. I'm sure we can take this. Oh, we're I'd love to see Bronco Jim finally get himself a little bit of alien buggery, but Maniac Barkhorn, I think we could send him up to dance like he has never danced before, out on the floor. He's a maniac? A maniac? I mean, I'd love to send old Skeeter Visconti go get him Skeeter, mostly just because I really like doing that voice, but you know what? Let's see if Maniac can get himself a kill. Sorry, Bronco Jim. This ride is not for you, sir. Not for you. That's okay. Bronco Jim's been on a million rides, and most of them on film. Always delivers the money shot as well. And if Maniac Barkhorn here fails to deliver the money shot, which looks like he's going to. Sorry, Maniac.
Contact detected.
It landed? Okay. I mean, unexpected, but not unwelcome, I suppose. 26 aliens, Muton elites, Mutons, heavy floaters, berserker floaters, a sectopod, that's delightful, and some drones. This is a lot of resistance for a small UFO. It does give us a chance to capture heavy weapons. Yeah, we kind of got to do this. Alright, much as I don't really want to do it, we sort of have to do it. Let's put together a team. What do we got? We got the D, that's good. Any other potential sniper candidates? And we got George Broadside Custer. You know, with 26 aliens on a small UFO map, I think we probably are going to have to forego sort of an team. We're going to need some respectively, I mean, we gotta have like relatively good troopers for this one. Who's coming back in the near future? By the way, we still need some names for these folks here. We got Rosario Pebbles Archuleta, Amani Mustang Yadav there, so we need some more female trooper names. Helen Keller's back in 1 day. 3 days for the Duke. 2 days for Andrew fucking Jackson, but Van Dorn got injured? When did that happen? He's down for 5 days. We get the Deadeye back in a day, so we could probably spare one top shelf sniper here. I think that's gonna be Franklin. I deliver the D Roosevelt. Let's get him loaded up. Going out to deliver the D the way Bronco Jim McNasty did not get an opportunity to do. Bronco Jim is going to be supremely jealous of Franklin the D Roosevelt here. He'd be like, hey man, I get paid to deliver the D. I have a history of delivering the D on camera. This is my thing, man. I don't even need a fluffer. I am always ready to deliver the D. And Franklin the D Roosevelt's like, you don't call me the D for nothing, chump. Just walks away. That's all he says. Leaves Bronco Jim just there, standing in the hallway, fucking furious, fuming. It's kind of cool. So we do need to swallow a top quality gunner. I don't want to take Marie Antoinette out of the rotation. She does have mind control, that Marie Antoinette. We do like Marie Antoinette. You know what? Let's do this. Not a good time, Hari. You know something else I need to look at? Hold on a second. We'll come back to all this in just a moment. I just realized we have 205 Illyrium that we're not really doing anything with. And the fact that Vortex Armor both increases our psychic potential and eliminates fatigue, I actually think it's worthwhile to build another suit. We have plenty of alloys. We have the Illyrium. We can spare it. 947 credits. I think we do this. 2 Vortex armor-equipped troopers. We gotta wait 10 days, but, I mean, that just puts us, what, like 2 days behind the entry to the Gollop Chamber? So all things considered, I'm actually okay with that. I think it's the right move. I want another trooper who's going to have no fatigue, and more importantly than the actual no fatigue thing, I want another trooper who I can send on missions with the huge willpower bonus. Like, if we could send both Marie Antoinette here, and Atlas King, think of the potential for mayhem. It would be beautiful. Instead, we're going to have to send Mata Hari, which is less beautiful. But, I mean, you know, Dance of the Seven Veils, Mata Hari, by all reports, was a fairly attractive chick. Although I've seen pictures of Mata Hari, and I got to say, it doesn't really float my boat. But who am I to judge? Eye of the beholder and whatnot. Let's go Neural Gunlink, and we're going to wreck Mata Hari's. We're going to wreck her willpower. Neural Gunlink, armor-piercing ammo. It's nice to see my girl Gunlink is repaired. Thing's been broken forever because somebody, not going to mention any names here, got shot in the face while toting it into battle. And I'm not going to mention any names because we all know who's responsible for that shit, right? I mean, we all remember. Yeah, we all remember. Okay, it's good. Just thought I'd put it on screen there for a moment. Scout then is probably definitely going to be Atlas King. And I say probably definitely when I just mean definitely. I got to stop saying that, man. It sounds ridiculous. Probably definitely Atlas King. No, it's just definitely Atlas King. Damn it. Atlas King, we're sending him in with sort of his just regular garden variety gear, with one mild exception. Neuro Regulator, of course, for Atlas King. Mind Shield, absolutely for Atlas King. And with his foot speed and the way he is now, customarily I would give him a motion tracker or walker servos. Not going to do it this time. Giving Atlas King the Arc Thrower. I want a shot at a Muton capture. We could use a few more alien weapons. Like, specifically, we need 1 or 2 alien rifles. We want to prioritize rifles over alien heavy weapons, although the alien heavy weapons would as well be slightly useful. Assault team. We need one guy who's really fast. I'm not taking Eleanor and Steve. That's just out of the question. St. Joan is back. We also got Teddy. Do we have the bench? There's the Teddy. Where's the bench? Excuse me, I can't send Teddy out without the bench. That simply is not a thing that's allowed to happen. Where is the bench? Is the bench injured? Has the bench been benched? Is he sidelined with an injury? I mean, Abraham Hardcore Lincoln is fatigued. Oh, he goes in. The bench must be benched. Are you legitimately? They're the bench marshal. He's injured for 2 days. Well, that leaves Teddy Roosevelt out. I guess we'll just go, well, let's go with the old masters here. Let's grab William the Immortal Shakespeare. And we'll team him up, of course, with his running partner, Leonardo Old Master da Vinci. Little reflex action here. We're going to get to, like, an illustrated play. We keep sending Willie Shakes and the Old Master in to do battle together, and they're going to come out with, like, the greatest comic book of all time. Willie's going to write it. Da Vinci's going to illustrate it. It's going to be fucking amazing, man. It's going to be like Sandman meets, like Sin City meets The Dark Knight Returns. It'll be the greatest in history. So there's the Old Master. Let's get him. Nothing fancy here on our kits for our assault team. Just pretty much standard gear for the old assault crew. Reflex cannon, shredder ammo, breaching ammo, good old walker servos. Got them sorted. We need a medic and an engineer still. Who's pulling medic duty? We got Jesus on the scene. Jesus on the scene, you know what I mean? He'll save your soul. This is running off the devil means. I can't think of the rest of Ice Ice Baby. If you got a problem, yo, Jesus will solve it. Check out the hook while Godboy revolves it. That's the best I can do. Salvation, baby. Doesn't really work. Let's just take Typhoid Mary, because she's expendable. Yeah, that's right, Typhoid Mary. I called you expendable, and I meant it. You are expendable. You're more expendable than any member of the cast of The Expendables. Who, by the way, I'd like to point out, for a movie that's called The Expendables, why is it that, like, only one person in the history of The Expendables has actually been killed? One of the Expendables died. Literally one, and that was just like a cheap heartstring plot device. He didn't even die cool or die hard. He just, like, got killed off camera. Bullshit, Expendables. I'm calling bullshit. If you name your movie The Expendables, every single person that's in the cast needs to be dead by the end of the fucking movie. Otherwise, you're not really that goddamn expendable, are you? Jerks. Titan armor, Aegis armor. Let's just keep Napoleon greasy fast. A little plasma carbine, couple grenades. He's gonna be toting our last shadow device, of course. Got Napoleon sorted, and now we have a Fielder's Choice. Oh, we should probably give Matahari some actual armor and weapons, huh? Might be not a terrible idea. I mean, we built Vortex armor specifically for Matahari, and then we just left her with tack vest like an idiot. What do we want to do here? Samuel the Mustache Clemens, possibly overcommitting. Steve Lawsuit Jobs, got the superhero, of course, all quality candidates. Alternatively, what we could do is take another sniper. What's our area of engagement look like? Riparian is a good sniper. And it would be an opportunity to level some of our ghetto snipers down here. I mean, we got old Broadside Custer, who shames himself on a fairly regular basis, but isn't that far from a level. We could possibly get one more Master Sergeant sniper, and I think that wouldn't hurt our chances long term. So let's go ahead and do that. Where's my other plasma sniper rifle? That loaded in. I'm going to go against convention a little bit here. I'm going to give Custer an Illuminator gun sight, an alloy bipod, and instead of the high-capacity mags, which we normally... You know what? Screw that. I was going to say we'll give him, instead of the high-capacity mags, we're going to give him the cognitive enhancer, but... Well, we can't do that for two reasons. One, the cognitive enhancer is broken, and two, I'm an idiot, so never mind. I was going to say we could try and put a cognitive enhancer on him to get him a little extra XP, but it's broken, so fuck me, I suppose. Claire Barton, yeah, she got it shot up when her face got melted. She got the whole Ark of the Covenant treatment. She went full Indiana Jones on that and got her face just melted into a sticky puddle. I'm not sad, I'm not sad about the face thing. I'm mostly just upset about the cognitive enhancer part.
We detected landed in a remote area well away from
Operation Soaring Tears.
We should expect
Okay,
hostile
Bradford
activity
definitely going
surrounding
for the sort of oxymoron description here. Two words that don't normally go together. My tears are soaring with joy. Man, Bradford's drunker than usual, I think. Which is saying something, because he's always drunk. I mean, basically a little. He's a functional alcoholic. He only really works effectively when he has liquor in his bloodstream. But today, there's a lot of booze in there. Alright, so we do have 26 aliens on this map, one of which is a sectopod. This map is not huge, but it's also not small. The landed small UFO map is the biggest of the small UFO maps. Alright, Typhoid Mary, let's just get a little motion tracker. I don't think we're going to be doing anything unusual, unexpected, or fancy. We're not going at this Iggy Azalea style. We're not fancy. I mean, you already know we're not fancy. We're not in the fast lane from either LA or, to Tokyo. That's not how I roll. We got a pod up in what appears to be that vicinity. Got the alien ship right there. So we're going to be fairly heavily in the shit almost from the get-go. I think our best attack strategy is going to be to try and take the cover that is available on top of this hill while keeping our assault team over here in a position where they can maybe come in on a flank. Assault team is pretty quick. And we're definitely not going to spawn pods here. We're going to actively avoid picking up any of these aliens and bringing them to the fore. What we would ideally do is send Atlas King, Raymond, we're just going to Overwatch, it's fine. Is send Atlas King forward in like the 11th hour and maybe mind control the dude. It's kind of become our go-to strategy. Our entire strategy at this point basically hinges on the fact that Atlas King is an unstoppable badass, and we just rely on Atlas King to do all of the heavy lifting. If we were a company of like movers, Atlas King would be the only guy who ever had to put on the little back brace belt because he'd be the only guy who ever picked up anything heavy or put down anything heavy. Down the flight mode, and we're just gonna get Franklin D. Roosevelt. These trees are always a problem, which is one thing I don't like about snipers on the Riparian map. There we go. That actually, now that I think about it, may inhibit some of our subsequent shots. So let's actually not be in that square. Let's be in this square instead. And yeah, we had to double move to do that, but it's fine. Really, all we're giving up is a steady weapon that we're not going to need with our damn good ground bonus, so we're not really out much of anything. Little Emperor moving forward. Mata good time Hari. We'd love to get Mata in a shooter spot, but... maybe we could get a squad sight shot if we put her behind this rock. Let's try that. Don't spawn a pod, Mata Hari. If you spawn a pod, I'm going to be real salty. Alright then. Napoleon just over. So far, so good. And our first move here has definitely got to be to send in Atlas King, the rogue badass. What if we run into a pod of mechanized enemies, though? That's the issue. Sectopod is available on this map. Atlas King, he's a remarkable man, but as powerful as his wooing ability is, and let me tell you, the man knows how to pitch some woo. But no matter how powerful his wooing abilities are, he's not going to be able to woo a robot. Robots are just immune to woo.
Moving.
We can always have Atlas King run away. I mean, that's the other thing. If Atlas King gets into dire trouble, we can just have him run like hell. This is not going to be much of a problem at all for Atlas King. Well, okay, it's more of a problem now because there's like 85 dudes. And Atlas King cannot mind control a berserker, and we're in a terrible position relative to the locations where those aliens have spawned. This is actually tragically shitty. That heavy floater is also a fairly significant problem. The one thing we do have going for us, though, Atlas King, of course, does treat half cover as full cover, but we've got a lot of grenade chuckers back here, and if anybody chucks a grenade at Atlas King, that could be tragically awful. The other thing we could do is just shadow device. Honestly, I think we're probably going to wind up shadow devicing here, so let's not muck about. Let's just concentrate and focus on the fact that we are going to be shadow devicing at the end of this turn, and just plot all of our moves accordingly. Let's bring the Old Master. I think we just bring the Old Master up here, and we're going to park Willie Shakes right next to him, and between the two of them, they should easily be able to eradicate this entire pod of berserkers. This is going to be largely a no-brainer for the boys. Do we even need to devote anybody else's attention to him? I kind of feel like we don't. I'm pretty sure between the close encounter shots and just the double hit and run action we're going to get, as well as the shredders, these guys are just dead. These berserkers are done. As long as we don't panic, we're going to be fine. Now, this guy's dead then. There you go. I love the tandem close encounter shots, by the way. It really feels like a whole synchronized swimming sort of thing. It's really, it's a thing of beauty. I mean, it's not just a sport. It's not just a competition. It's fucking art, man. The choreography on this is beautiful. Look at it. Fantastic. And I took that shot with the Old Master. One, because of course, as I mentioned, we are going to be shadow devising at the end of the turn. And two, it didn't matter if he panicked that way. Even if he dropped the panic there, it would not have mattered a single lick because he'd already done both of his shots. Mighty Good Time Hari has some pokes here. What is this ability? Telekinetic field. Oh, that's the protective dome thing. That's interesting. We could do that and move. Let's see what kind of shots we got. Double 27s, double 42s is actually pretty good. These are all squad sight shots, so we can't panic anything. We would like to panic one of these mutons, though, because we need his weapon. And we could advance, get into the shadow field, but not panic both, because Matahari isn't quite quick enough. Right, we need to see how big of an area we're going to be able to cover with the old shadow device. Can we get up? Alright, that should be fine. Alright, Matahari, let's get you up here. We're just going to put Matahari in cover right here, I think. We're going to go for the double move. Then we can put her in a better shooter's box next turn, and if we need to, we'll have her go ahead and throw the mind control. Willie Shakes probably has a shot at something. Well, I mean, technically yes, but we're just going to have Willie Shakes reload. Mary Mallon, of course, is dropping the shadow device. Napoleon, I guess we'll bring you up here. We're going to have Napoleon wheel and deal a little grenade action for us. He can soften these guys up, eliminate some cover. Be fine. No, don't do that. I mean, mind fraying wouldn't be the worst possible thing you could do, but it's definitely not the most useful thing either. Tandem warheads on Napoleon, so we're going to get full damage out of all of this. And 12 aggregate, it's pretty good. He only hit 2 targets, means it's okay. We definitely want that guy dead, but Custer is the wrong man for the job. We're going to need a double tap to finish off that heavy floater, so let's have the broadside pick off a Muton. Bye-bye indeed. He has received the kiss of death. Let's have Franklin D. Roosevelt. Can you one-shot? Oh my god, the D. Look at this D delivery. Some hard, thick, fast, furious delivery of the D right there. That's some hefty D. This is unlikely to kill that dude. It will badly injure him. Should not kill him. That's actually the perfect level of injury. We got some Goldilocks damage right there. Franklin D. Roosevelt hurting him just right. Hurting him so good. Like a John Cougar Mellencamp song, baby. He hurt him. It hurt so good. We should have had Atlas King probably throw a panic before we threw the shadow device, huh? Yeah, we should have done that. So I guess we just end our turn, and Atlas King, the most remarkable man in the XCOM project, winds up doing absolutely nothing. Double sectopods. Well, that's a problem. Yeah. So that's That's a real fucking bitch, is what that is. There is still it's worthwhile to note there is still a Muton Elite somewhere. He's out there, lurking. We do have a chance to throw a capture this turn. There's also a Muton over there. Man, these guys, alright. Well, we're in a not great position here. Not great at all. This guy needs to be dealt with. I almost think we're gonna have to Shadow Device again this turn. With this double pair of sectopods, we don't really have a whole lot of choice in the matter. Honestly, I don't really feel like we have even we may even have no choice in the matter. Which means probably Mata Goodtime Hari is going to be the right person to be throwing the Shadow Device this time. And we can't move Mata too terribly far. Let's bring her to here. I am worried about Overwatch, though. We're not going to take first moves with Mata Hari. Let's have... Alright, so if we're going to put Mata Hari here and Shadow Device at the end of the turn as our ultimate goal, let's bring the Old Master over here. And I was worried about there being an Overwatch shot back there. This is why we did not do this with Mata Hari. I'm starting to finally realize, finally, it's getting to the point where I actually take into account the fact that the enemy is capable of overwatching. Did I only bring one arc thrower? I only brought one arc thrower, didn't I? That is not good. So we can absolutely kill that guy. I'm actually more interested in killing this man. A critical here and probably a reload is what we're looking at. Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking at. Alright, so all the Overwatch is dealt with then. It's time for Mata Hari to dance her way over to her ultimate defensive position, which is going to be right here. And we'll come back to you in a moment, Mata. Napoleon? I mean, a little heat warhead grenade action wouldn't go amiss, honestly. Atlas King, if anybody's going to throw a capture, it has to be Atlas King. And as much as I would love to mind control one of these Mutons, I'm not really sure it's in the cards if we want to capture. We need this weapon. We really do need it. Alright, Atlas King, 57%. It's not getting any better.
99. Can I punch it in the face instead?
Well, Atlas, I mean, yeah, you are a rogue badass, and if you punched it in the face, it probably would die. I mean, you're that good, Atlas King. You're that good. Napoleon, I'm curious whether he's going to be able to lob a grenade far enough. I'm curious and not hopeful. Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, so we just need somebody to kill this man. That we've burned our only capture attempt. We had the one and we used it. So let's just have Napoleon take that guy out. Mata Hari's still going to be working our Shadow Device. Willie Shakes. I mean, we can't really do much with Willie Shakes at all. We'll just bring Willie Shakes over here. We'll take a shot. 26% is terrible. Mata Hari's dropping the Shadow Device. Typhoid Mary is probably just gonna balls out run for it. I'd love to get something out of her this turn, but we're not going to. Mary Mallon, you're slow. Oh great, those guys weren't actually active until we activated them. Well, that's brilliant. Alright, well that's, I mean, maybe Shakespeare has a shot at something now. 23, 1, 73. I mean, at least we're going to get something out of Willie Shakes then. Down goes the Seeker. Verily indeed, I have eliminated the Seeker from the potential problems. Unfortunately, sir, I have drawn in the drones, and the drones have the chance to reveal our cloaking and get us killed by sectopods. So perhaps my actions have been poorly chosen. Yeah, well, we're going to have to pick off that drone. Somebody's got to do it. Custer, can you please eliminate that thing for me? Thank you. I appreciate your service. It does mean, however, there is another drone, and that means Franklin D. Roosevelt's got to get that one. So the D delivers, because that's what a good D does. Drones are down, and we still are left with a relatively overwhelming amount of enemy resistance, but we should be able to cover everybody in a Shadow Device who is visible. We are and can and do. That's the Mata Hari logo, sort of her motto, actually. Be, can, do. Mata Hari. Spy. Arguably, there are some people who say that Mata Hari wasn't actually a spy, that she was just a sort of an attractive girl that some people had problems with, and they used the whole spy thing as an excuse to murder her. Then again, there are some people who think she was the greatest covert operative in the history of the world, but I don't know. I mean, she had a vagina. It seems like that would be a pretty significant asset for a covert operative. I mean, has vagina. It's definitely better than not has vagina. Especially when, at the time, most of the command of the enemy forces were dudes. And, you know, and dudes like vagina. I mean, not all dudes. Some dudes are into the D, and that's cool too. But, I mean, by and large, I think in aggregate, dudes tend to like the vagina. Some like both, and hey, that's fucking the smartest play. Just be into whatever the hell you can get your hands on. That's probably the right move. Be like, hey, whatever, just any port in the storm. I like all of it, baby. Just run at me with that shit. So we're definitely going to wind up shadow devising again here. I think that's like a absolute certainty. We need to see what abilities this guy has before we actually start taking shots at him. Cannon fire, hit and run, cluster bomb. And so nothing impressive. Mostly I'm just curious about whether or not if I shoot at him, does he get to shoot back at me? Heat ammo, cluster bomb, cannon fire, repair servos, hit and run. Actually, these sectopods are pretty fucking unimpressive. All things considered, I would have expected them to be considerably more dangerous. They will keep walking at us, which makes team hit and run over here vulnerable. So Willie, I'm not real worried about the Muton at the moment. 70%. Alright, so give me a shredder hit. Never mind, these guys are jokes. We get that kind of damage on a sectopod? Willie Shakes is going to be able to double shred these cats? Well, no, because he missed that one. Yeah, I saw that. I was not impressed by the miss, in fact. Atlas King. I mean, I really want Atlas King to get that Muton Elite, but I'm beginning to wonder if it wouldn't be better to just have him go ahead and grab something while the grabbing is good. Or should we just save our cooldown? That's the other thing we could try. Napoleon's dropping the shadow device, so he's not going to be doing anything else. Maybe the best move with Napoleon is going to be to just with Atlas King is going to just be to have him save his cooldown. There's the shred. Is that the right move? Just conserve the cooldown? Is that what we want to do? The D can probably kill this sectopod. As strange as this may sound, I have confidence that the D is going to double tap this man off the planet. And 11 damage is a hell of a start. Franklin the D is on the double tap, and I think this sectopod is going the way of the dodo. You are done, son. Get wrecked. There he goes. He's out. And the explosion of the sectopod, by the way, is a relatively significant problem. We do have to bear in mind that when those guys explode like that, they are, you know, that's troublesome. Let's do this. I think we will conserve Atlas King. I don't think we're going to use his cooldown. I think we just hang on to it. Matahari's going to finish off the sectopod for us. What we're going to do instead is have Atlas King take this shot, and really all we're looking for here is hollow target. Atlas King, of course, delivered some damage because he's still, I mean, man's still Atlas King. Come on. And if we can get enough kills here, we may not even need to... We might not even need the shadow device. We might be able to save it. Well, that was pretty unimpressive, sir. I don't know what you just said, but I'm sure it was probably something along the lines of "fuck me, I missed." So 16 damage from Matahari, followed up by enough damage for the kill. Now we don't have to worry about sectoids running in on us and just exploding and killing everyone. This guy's going to take one to the face from broadside. The broadside finally closing in. We may have to upgrade him to George Can Hit a Barn Custer. We might have to do that. We might have to call him Old Can Hit a Barn. Honestly, we're standing in the open, and I realize this is not necessarily ideal, but I think with the shadow device and the fact that the only thing left active on this map is a single Muton Elite, I think we're going to be okay. We'll put Mary Mallon on Overwatch just in case something comes in. And honestly, we don't even have to have Napoleon standing out here like an asshole in no cover. Right? I mean, there is some cover somewhere he could maybe take advantage of, maybe not. Well, let's just put him on Overwatch then. I'm fairly confident we're going to be okay. That Muton Elite was running away. He wasn't expecting us to just wreck this entire fucking slew of dudes. Now he's going to come forward. Gonna shoot? Oh, he is shooting. Oh, somebody's getting shot here. Or suppressing our assault trooper in what is possibly the worst choice you could have made, sir. Well then, we'll just go ahead and do this, and Franklin the D. Roosevelt drives one right through your little Muton skull. That's gonna leave a mark. 24 damage critical from the D. Holy shit. That may be the deepest D anyone has ever delivered with a single shot. That was a palpable hit. I mean, that was palpable. That Muton Elite in the split second before his life functions ceased and he expired, in that last split second, the final thought through his little Muton brain was, that was a palpable hit. Palpable. I felt the palp. It palped me. That was a palpable hit. I have been palped. That was his final thought. All right, so what have we killed here? We've still got quite a bit of alien left on this map. We've encountered 3 pods. We've probably killed... You know, we haven't really killed that many. We've killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Let's count corpses here, because we got, like, what, 25 aliens on this map? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the drones, 10, 11, 12 for the Muton Elite. So we've probably got... At least, we've probably got 3 more pods at a minimum on this, including a leader pod. I think what we're going to do, we're starting to get a little long. I really don't want to run up through another whole hour. I think what we'll do, it's probably good. We're going to wrap things up here. Let's get a consolidation turn, get everybody to some sort of cover, and get their weapons reloaded. And then we'll run back and finish this one next time. A small UFO map, having to make this a 2-parter. Feels a little cheesy, but it's late in the day. I've recorded quite a bit of XCOM today. Throat's getting a little tired, and you'll have to forgive me if I wuss out a little bit. I do feel really good about the fact that we managed to conserve our final shadow device. So when we do finally go into this ship to root out what remains of the alien menace here, I feel good about the fact that we will have another shadow device on hand. So Typhoid Mary, we're just going to move everybody forward very slightly. Everybody's on Overwatch. There are no active aliens on the map, so we don't really need cover at all, but I'm trying to be abundantly cautious. An abundance of caution has never cost anyone their life, whereas a lack of caution has decidedly, in this playthrough, numerous times cost numerous people their lives. And I'm trying to play smarter. I don't want to have to go with another. Don't play like an asshole like I am and watch Bloody Mary Stewart get shot in the mouth again. Because Bloody Mary Stewart's taking a lot of shots to the mouth. And no, it wasn't a sexual innuendo. I mean, she's been shot in the face a lot. Alright, well, this'll be good. We'll start things off, I guess, next episode dealing with this fuck ton of Muton Elites. So, that should be interesting. Yeah, this is, quite a force of crew rolling out on us. Man, for a small UFO, the aliens really brought to hurt, huh? Got a feeling Atlas King's about to make one of these dudes his bitch, though, because it's sort of his thing now. But we'll get into that next time. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more XCOM The Long War, might consider subscribing as well. We post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.